32-29. Pally has not scored in this quarter. Gunn has managed just 2. More players.
Another turnover, that time Gunn.
Allen. Perez has to keep her feet set. No whistle. Here comes Swirling. Swirling's got to look for Magin Calda. I don't know what that's all about. Back and forth they go. And good D. Klausner just says, yeah, go for it. Usagade makes the bucket. It's a 1-point game, and Sarah Stab says that is enough. Calls a timeout. 4:34 left to go. Gunn's lead clipped to 1.
Stay tuned for the CIF CentralCoast.tv postgame show, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this bowl game. That's coming up following the game on CIF CentralCoast.tv.
Palo Alto, the Vikings. Earlier I said that the first public school to win both state titles in girls volleyball and football. That was actually done in 2010, although the Pally girls defended their volleyball title in 11. To the Gunn side of the floor, Sarah Stab, the head coach. She was a shooting guard at Sacramento State and then stuck around and assisted for years, and right now she is having a word with a member of our officiating crew.
Very animated, but you gotta love that from a player perspective. You see your coach getting into it. She's still discussing some different items.
I think it's that backcourt violation.
Yeah. And she's wondering, and you see her hand signaling over under. How could you call that on us? That ball was tipped. That's what she's trying to relay to the officials. But just going back to the player perspective, you get fired up when you see your coach sticking up for you.
I tell you, I saw a CCS boys game, Piedmont Hills, San Lorenzo Valley. That same call cost a trip to the finals. Came down to that one call, and what a move, Swirling.
Jukes Black right there, and the fans go crazy for Gunn.
4 and change. Gunn with a 1-point lead, 10 to shoot.
Nice pass.
Magin Calda gets stripped by Black. 6 on the shot clock for Gunn. I say an inbound. I'm drawing up an inbound play for Perez to get it.
Going back to that last try, Magin Calda had a great look at the free throw, but instead she chose to drive towards the bucket. Almost wanted to see her pull up and take that jump shot.
There's only 5 on the shot clock. Here comes Magin Calda. Magin Calda before the buzzer expires. Gunn back out by 3. Does Pally have an answer? Black, all sorts of time. Everything but in. Putback is short. Klausner brings it down. The volume has increased here in the Levy Center.
Boy, big rebound by Claire Klausner. She stomped her feet when she got that one. This is a huge possession right here for Gunn. Let's see if they can capitalize on the big rebound.
3:33, 10 to shoot for Gunn, up by 3. Perez can't hold on to it.
Oh.
Well, they'll say she'll Gunn to inbound. Mahoney to check in. Both teams with 7 fouls in the bonus. 3:23 left to go. Perez now will inbound.
So Perez is going to give the inbound. Keep your eye on Swirling, playing outside.
Again, away from the ball. I mean, boy, Magin Calda, another volleyball roll. She got stuck in it. And that is the 3rd personal on Black, 18 fouls, so forget the inbound play. Magin Calda, 4.0 student, misses her first. Swirling has to call a timeout. Instead, she gets tied up. Vikings take over, 3:19 left to go. Again, just 2 points for Pally in this quarter. 4 for Gunn.
Lindsay Black being double teamed now, but she's got Butler across the wing. There she is.
Weak side rebound by Perez.
Unable to convert right
Pally went cold. Unable to get it down low for a closer range. Perez challenging. Mahoney loses it. Loose ball.
there. Nicely done. Great job, Palo Alto defense.
Usagade. Wide open. They needed it. And Strong delivers. We're all tied up at 34, 2:30 left to play. Strong gets a big hug from Allen.
No better time to get your first points in the ball game than late in the fourth quarter to tie it up.
Mahoney doesn't go for the open looks. Zwirling, bounce pass into Mahoney. Mahoney, short, gets her own rebound. Can't fall. Perez will get hacked and head to the line to shoot two. That is a huge foul.
It's gonna go against Usagade, and she has her hands on her knees, a little bit tired right there. Both girls going back and forth for the rebound. You see the bigs in there, Josie Butler. You see Usagade trying to get in and get that rebound.
Your money maker is at the line, Perez. No question about it. Gives her team a 1-point lead. That was the second personal on Usagade. 9th team foul.
That's now 14 points for Catherine Perez.
Gunn calls a timeout, up 36-34. 2:09 left to play. Both coaches need to draw it up right here. How very exciting for two schools, two programs that know each other so very well.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier on in the broadcast, the rubber matchup, both teams going 1-1, both teams being able to get a victory against one another. You look up at the scoreboard, you've got 2 points separating these two squads. Palo Alto victorious last year, 54-44. It's a little more of a defensive style matchup in this game. The crowd is into it now. You can feel this place absolutely erupting every chance there is for a basket to go in. It's the energy level at this point is just sky high.
And the effort here in the second half by both teams, both coaches have to be happy with. Few more errors by Palo Alto, however.
And how about Abby Strong hitting that big three-pointer in the corner?
Huge.
Oh my goodness, and you know she's been waiting for that the entire game. She's been running around, providing some good defensive press, and then right there at the corner, she takes the look and drills it. You saw Palo Alto just go absolutely nuts. It was a big, big moment.
Yeah, well, you love when players off the bench come off and contribute like that, especially to tie up a ball game.
Absolutely. 2:09 left.
It's all on the line. It's all come down to this. Pally looking to defend its title. Gunn hoping to bring back the first ever championship banner to hang in their gymnasium that reads girls basketball.
Defense playing back for Gunn. They're going to let Palo Alto bring it and try to double team.
Allen all alone. Off the mark, but Black is there. Klausner all over Black. Timeout called by Pally. They will have two. Gunn has just 1 minute 49 left to go. The Vikings drawing it up, trailing by 2.
Stay tuned for the CIF Central Coast.tv postgame show, where we will select our player of the game, as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on CIF Central Coast.tv.
Alongside Sean Hennessy, I'm Kirsten Fairchilds. Our crew today is John Boucher, our engineer, and production manager is Brian Carter. Again, a big thanks to everyone at Santa Clara University and the Central Coast section for making us feel so hospitable. One more game to go after this one, the nightcap D1 final between Bellarmine and Piedmont Hills. Game time scheduled for 8 p.m. Minute 49 left in regulation for this one. The co-champs, along with Wilcox in the De Anza division at the SCVAL, trying to clear up which team is better. Allen, a long distance two, huge, tying it up at 36.
And now
that was
Palo
not
Alto.
a three.
Palo
Coach
Alto.
Peters wanted a three, her foot was on the line.
They've got to get back on defense here as the clock now hits under 1 minute 30 seconds.
Perez put it up. She has not taken a lot of shots here in the second half. Mahoney to Perez. Perez with the adjustment for the bucket. Minute 11 left. Gunn back out in front by 2. Allen to Osagade, and Pally burns another timeout. Both teams will have a full apiece. Exactly 1 minute left. How clutch is Allen? But then Perez gets herself into her favorite spot on the floor to deliver for Gunn.
And that's where she's most effective. That's where she's gathered 90% of her points in this particular matchup, is right underneath the rim, and she saw the opportunity and she took it right there, and now they lead by 2 again. Gunn needs to hold on to this, and if you're Coach Peters right now, sitting down in front of your girls, you're looking him in the eye, he's so animated, he's so excited. They've got a chance right here with the way that this clock is going to wind down to possibly tie it up, maybe take the lead with just a few seconds to spare.
I have to say it, Sean. It's the clash of the Titans
oh my goodness.
And the Vikings.
It doesn't get any better than that.
The Titans up 38-36. The third member of our broadcast crew, Casey Jackson, forming with his hands the letters OT. It would be the first overtime game thus far in the CCS title games, but Pally's got to come through right here.
And I tell you what, this arena has never been louder throughout this entire playoff than right now. The girls Division I CCS basketball championship. This place is going crazy.
Absolutely. Gunn on defense. 1-2-2 zone. Pally trying to find some magic, tie it up, take the lead, whatever. They'd be happy with what they can get. And Perez pulls it down. Off to Zwirling. Klausner. 40 seconds remaining.
And they need to get up court here. And there's the foul.
And that foul on Black, that will send Gunn to the line. That is the 10th team foul, so shooting 2.
Imagine called a...
Pally calling his players over. Gunn not certain what's going on. That must be the 5th. Is that the 5th on Allen?
Well, Coach Peters is talking to his staff as if a timeout had been called. You see the official walk over to him, and then they're going to get both teams back out.
No, that is the 5th on Black. So Black, what a game she's had. We'll have to watch this one from the bench the rest of the way. Majin Calda to shoot 2, 34 seconds remaining. Gunn looking to extend its lead. Majin Calda, the senior, chance missing. This will make it, if it goes through, a 1-possession game. Gunn with an opportunity, of course, to collect the rebound, but Pally liking that miss. It's a 3-point ball game with 34 seconds remaining. We know the Vikings can hit the 3. They have also been able to work their way to the foul line.
Stephanie Allen, right side.
Wide open, hits the front rim. Allen gets blocked by Perez. 19 seconds remaining and a foul called. Gunn shouldn't celebrate too soon. 19 seconds remaining. We saw the 3 attempt by Butler. Misses. And a foul.
And who comes up and blocks Allen's shot? Catherine Perez. We saw them going at it earlier in the game. She comes up big again.
Gunn could have iced this in some ways. And Pally's going to go ahead and ice Klausner. 19 seconds remaining. Pally burns their final time out. Gunn up 39-36. It's going to come down to Claire Klausner, the junior. She needs to make this free throw for Gunn to celebrate.
Absolutely. She needs to make this one right here to make it 40-36. You're talking about a 2-score differential. Palo Alto right now, you're looking at the girls' faces, you see a lot of arms crossed, you see some frowns that they cannot get down at this particular point in the ball game. You need to keep your heads up. Right now, you're looking down at Scott Peters. He's drawing out the possibility of getting a rebound. He's drawing out the possibility of inbounding the ball quickly and moving it down the court. That's what's going through his mind right now. On the flip side, you're taking a look at Coach Sarah Stapp. She's telling her players, we are this close. We are this close to capitalizing and coming out of here with a title. We need to play solid and fundamental basketball.
You're watching Central Coast Section Network's coverage of the CCS High School Girls and Boys Basketball Championships. Gunn huddled up, the 5 on the floor, fired up. Pally coming out of the timeout. Klausner, the weight of the world on her shoulders right now, missed her first free throw attempt. Chance to make it a 4-point game with 19 seconds remaining. Misses again. Usagade with the rebound, 15 seconds to work with. Wide open is Alapati, misses. Perez gets fouled and will head to the line. So both times, two different players. The Vikings have gone to that spot on the left wing. Wide open, way off the mark.
And I don't think Charlotte Alapati was the person that should have taken that shot right there. You look down on the court, you had Allen outside the key, you had Osagade lining up inside. It seemed like that shot was rushed and it killed a lot of time. You're now stuck with 8 seconds left and a chance for Gunn to really open it up.
Perez has been money from the foul line. It's a 4-point game with 8.3. She can't contain her emotion here. What a way to go out as a senior, knowing you helped earn the first ever CCS title. And it goes down, 5-point differential. 8 seconds remaining. Osagade for 3, nails it. Time expires. Osagade drains the 3 like it's nothing, but it is a little too late. Gunn High School, the first CCS title in girls basketball in the history of the school, an entertaining, nail-biting thrill of a win, 41-39 over their league rival, the defending champions who did not defend today, the Palo Alto Vikings.
And what a way for Gunn to come back, step up. They had that 7-point lead in the first half. Palo Alto started to close in the third. You look across the court, you see Catherine Perez jumping up and down into her fans. This is such a monumental moment for the Gunn Titans.
Congrats to their head coach, Sarah Stapp, also the AD in her 6th year, and the coaching staff. Big hugs all around. Gunn led. The first quarter was an 8-8 tie, but Gunn led the rest of the way, and although their lead was tenuous and sometimes just 1 point, Pally could rarely get over the hump.
You take a look at last year's matchup. Palo Alto knocked off Gunn 54-44. That stuck in the minds of all these girls. All these girls thought about that, and they come into this matchup and they return the favor. They're able to come back and capture the title. It was such electricity going through the air here in that fourth quarter. What an amazing way to finish this game.
Two teams from Palo Alto won the winner. That is the Gunn Titans, 41-39 over the Palo Alto Vikings. Our Central Coast Section Network player of the game when we return to the Levy Center on the campus of Santa Clara University.